Well, he cuts a bloody figure, but he gets the win.
He made it happen. We were talking about the double legs. Look at him lock his hand there. That's the key. All the way to the fence, and Hiestand knew, I got to get him out of here. He went relentless.
Brady Hiestand!
Let's see here. He packs him up against the fence, and then that keeps him from being able to move and lean, and that right overhand just connects.
Right hook.
Alex Perez!
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier. I'm made for a fucking podcast. That's dangerous. Listen to me, we're at it. Welcome to UFC Unfiltered, Matt.
Yes.
We have Brady Hiestand joining us today, making his this is his first appearance on the show. I think so. We also have Alex Perez. He hasn't been on in a couple of years, but this will be his third. Yes, Brady's first time.
Couple of years.
Yeah, I want. Wait, last time
Well, first appearance
was before the Figueiredo fight, I think.
What is he saying? Yeah, first appearance with Bradley. Correct. We know that. And then
I thought so.
Alex hasn't been here in a hot minute. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you when he was here last time. Yep. Most recent was November of 2020 against Figueiredo. Yeah, isn't it crazy how fast? I mean, it's almost 4 years ago.
Jimmy.
3.5. Yes, sir.
Time, dude. It goes.
It does go quickly. Yes, it does fly. You must enjoy every day, as they say.
You know, we're coming up on 800 episodes.
I know.
What episode is it now? What was this? He just put out there. It's 797. Jimmy.
All right. Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, because we'll see if I make it 3 more episodes.
800 episodes.
Yeah.
Are you serious? That's a lot of time clocked in, bro.
Yeah, it
A
sure
lot
is.
of one-on-one time.
Yeah, there's a lot of that's
you and
800
your-
hours.
You and your hunky BFF.
Yeah, feels like more.
It feels like not enough.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
We got fights this weekend. I'm happy about that.
Yes, we do. That's the main event.
Apex out of paper. Just give me fights. Just give me my Saturday nights.
Yeah.
You know, I like my Saturday nights. Did you do some training today?
Yeah, why?
Because you look like it. You look like
I did, yeah.
You got something in today.
I did. It was good. It was. I've had a good week so far.
Smells like escaping from bottom. What'd you do today?
We were working on guard passing and grabbing, like if someone has like a collar tie, like grabbing with two on one, two hands on one, and pulling it past and passing, kicking out the knee, and then shrimping out and grabbing the back, or kind of putting it in almost a Kimura hold and moving your hips forward and reversing them.
Dude, that sounds splendid.
It was fun. It was fun.
I thought this morning, hey, you know that Raul Rosas
Jr. Yeah.
Raul Rosas Jr.
Yeah.
You know, people ask about that word he says, he goes, it's just a saying me and my homie Carlos have. It's called Chee-wee-whiz. Chee-wee-whiz. Chee-wee-whiz.
Yeah, I don't care for
It doesn't have a meaning. It's just a funny word.
Yeah. Chiwi-whiz. Sounds almost like a OCD thing.
And it does sound like cheese whiz.
Yeah.
I thought it was cheese whiz. Cheese whiz.
Chiwi-whiz. Yeah.
Cheese whiz.
I'm not psyched about that word.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it anymore.
Nah, it doesn't feel good coming out. I don't enjoy hearing it. However, I do enjoy watching him fight. He's really fun to watch fight.
I kind of enjoy him saying it though.
Well,
we have Bradley in the
Brady.
We have Brady in the waiting room.
I mean, look, there may be a Bradley with him. I don't know.
Listen to me. Let's go. Let's meet Brady.
Brady Hiestand. Yes, let's meet him.
Let's meet him, bro.
Yep, he's fighting Garrett Armfield on. Let me see where he is on the card.
What is up, guys?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good. Just living the dream out here in Vegas.
Do you live in Vegas full time?
No. I live up in Spokane, Washington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Were you raised there, or did you move there to train?
No, I was born and raised in Spokane, Washington. Yeah, I came up there, grew up in the Valley, and then found my team like Juliana Pena, Mike Chiesa when I was like 18, and then just history's from there.
I was out in Portland last week, and it was nicer than I was expecting it to be bad, because you hear so many stories about how bad the Pacific Northwest has gotten. Is a lot of that exaggerated? Is it like a lot more mellow and nicer than people have been led to believe in the last few years?
I think they're talking about Portland. I haven't been there in a while either, and Seattle. Like I like to say Spokane's more Idaho than it is Washington.
Okay.
Like we're literally 20 minutes from the border of Washington, Idaho, and so we don't get a lot of like the city life. A lot of that, like we do have some homeless people in Spokane, but it's definitely not as bad. We like guns and stuff like that.
Brady, I hear you, man. They think of New York, they think of all assholes and stuff. I'm from Long Island. It's a little more mellow. Jimmy's from the city. A little stuck asshole. I'm sorry. You're not a
No, you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong.
Brady, man, what got you on this path? You said you found your team early at 18 at training with Michael Chiesa and Juliana Pena. What made you walk into that martial arts gym?
Well, I've been training for a while. I started jiu-jitsu when I was 13. Oh, and so I've been doing some sort of martial arts. I had my first cage fight when I was 16.
Yeah.
But Spokane's like a big little city, so everyone knows everybody. And so once I I turned pro at 18. Once I wanted to actually get good, there's only one gym that has, the level to get to the UFC, and that's Sick Jitsu, and that's with Mike Chiesa and, our coach Rick Little and all those guys. And so once I turned pro, I started going to that gym, and, it was a perfect fit.
Oh, shit.
So everybody knows everybody. So did people in town and like in high school and everybody knew you could fight? Were you like one of those kids that nobody messed around with because everybody knew you could handle yourself?
Kind of, I'm like not the biggest guy, so I feel like I got tested in some ways, but no one would really fight me. Everyone would just talk about it. Like I grew up in the age right when social media was starting to get like popular, and there was these things on Twitter called polls. You remember those?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, so there was like my school was CV, so they would always do the CV polls, and it would always be like random stuff like who'd win a fight, and so I was in those fucking every week. I would win, so it's good.
They would always choose you.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess shit talking and things like that have changed so much, because there was none of that when I was in school. So I'm glad there wasn't, because I know that as a young teenager, I would not have handled Twitter or Instagram well. Like, I feel bad for you guys because it's there forever. Like those little growing pains or things you go through or dumb things we all say, when you're 40, it's still there. There's still a record of it on the internet.
Yeah, you see it with like Joe Rogan's podcast came out where he was saying the N-word a bunch, and someone went back and found every time he said it. Dude, that's kind of scary, because I don't even remember some of the stuff I posted when I was like 14, 15.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, exactly. It's there forever.
Now, hey, tell me about your what is it? Snowboarding? You like snowboarding?
No, I'm a skier.
Oh, skiing. My bad.
Yeah.
I don't like that snowboarding either, man. It feels like you're attached to that thing. It feels like you can't. I don't know.
It's not right.
When I was younger, man. I'm afraid of that shit now with my knees. Now, are you like going down that double diamond and shit? You're pretty good.
Yeah. The only sport I've done longer than martial arts is skiing. My parents threw me on a set of skis when I was 18 months old, and so I've been like growing up on the mountain. So I love that shit. I'm not a big park guy. I don't like doing the rails, but I'll go through the trees. I'll hit big jumps, all that stuff. I love it.
Oh, that's fun. So both your parents ski?
For sure. Yeah. They've been skiing forever. They're from Montana, so that's where I feel like that's why I say Spokane's a little less Seattle or more Idaho than Spokane or than Seattle, because I feel like all the people from Montana and Idaho come over there, and it's more like a nature city.
How far from Seattle are you?
Like 4.5, 5 hours.
Oh, okay. You're quite a ways away. Skiing scares the shit out of me because I know that I'll fall and break a leg or hit. Like, doesn't snowboarding feel safer? Like you're just kind of on it. You're not gonna. You could hit a tree, but doesn't it feel a little safer?
Bro, I don't know. That seems sketchy to me. You're sideways. You're attached to the board. I feel like skiing, you got so much more control. But I've been doing it for so long. I feel like, I don't know. Snowboarding scares me. Plus, I know so many guys that have torn like ACLs and shit on snowboards.
Oh,
and it's not the move.
Yeah, I'm here asking a fighter about are you afraid of getting hurt? Of course not. That's why you do what you do for a living. So yeah, I guess you and I see it differently.
Hey, you should ask Mike that, because he's a snowboarder.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Hey, Mike's fighting Tony Ferguson coming up.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a banger. They were supposed to fight, I think, like 6 years ago, right?
That I don't know.
I think, yeah. That's a rough matchup for Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now grappled by guys that I'm going to say aren't even to the level of Chiesa with the grappling.
I know, getting stubbed by Bobby Green at 55. Now you're moving up to 70, and you're gonna go against a Yeti like Mike. It's gonna be crazy.
He is a fucking Yeti. That's a good move.
Yeah, he's got a big Yeti tattoo on his leg, so he embraces it.
Oh, he comes out, his hair's all messed up. He'll look like a straight up Bigfoot.
Dude, for real. Coming straight from the mountains.
If I had hair like that, I'd look like a little Ewok.
Do you think this is Tony's last fight? If it's he's lost a lot of fights straight after having won like 12 in a row. And I know that UFC, everybody loves this guy, so nobody wants to force Tony to stop fighting because people respect him too much. But if Chiesa handles him without a lot of difficulty, I wonder if they force him to, or if they just refuse to give him any more fights.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be a good idea. Like, all respect to Tony. He's done so much for the sport, and he's such a superstar. So he could go do whatever he wants. Like, I'm sure if he wanted to, he'd go do a boxing match if he wanted. But I don't think he needs that. Like, I don't know if it's like if he loses to Chiesa, which I think he is, obviously not being biased.
Sure.
I just don't think it's the move to keep fighting. You don't want to put too much miles on your body for no reason, especially when you got money.
Wow, yeah, 7 straight fights. Some decisions, a couple of subs, but also Michael Chandler with that front kick, decisions, a knockout to Gaethje. Like, yeah, there's been a couple of like really rough stoppages. And after a while, it's like
and some of the fights before that, like he's got rocked. Even in the fights he's won, he's been stumbled. He's like, that Pettis fight was crazy. There was another one in there, so it's not like it's 7 losses, and then it's also 3 wars before that.
Hey, let me ask you. You started off. You got in the UFC. You had a that tough fight with Ricky, and then you came back and you won your last 2, getting that knockout TKO in the last one. How was the first time in it? Was there that the jitters? Was it the promotion that felt like it got to you a little bit, or because you righted the ship?
Yeah. Well, I think that there was a few things that went in that fight. I don't like making excuses or anything, but I think the fact that I tore my ACL, so I didn't have an ACL the whole season of Tough. And so if you look at, there's a big gap. Like after I fought Ricky, I was out for a year because I actually had to get a whole ACL repairment. And there was a big part of my game I was missing in that fight. If you throw a show, I never threw any kicks or anything like that, which is a big part of my game. And so I think that had something to do with it. But nerves are a thing too. I was young. I was like 22 when I fought Ricky. So it's like, I feel like I've just grown up since then. And obviously I'm training every day, so I'm getting better all the time.
He's just lost to Raul Rosas Jr. That was who Raul beat. But he's he's kind of a wild fighter. Like, he's a funny guy to watch as well.
Oh, for sure.
Ricky, yeah.
He's like a 35 version of Tony. I feel like he's starting to he was wild. He had like the crazy personality on Tough. But I think it's catching up to him, and he's getting a little bit older. Dude, that guy's been fighting since he was like 15. So even though what is he, like 31? Dude, he's like 40 in fight years.
But the mileage, man. You know what I mean?
We just got a little, our producer will send us little notes, Brady. And he said, he goes, Nick Diaz is still fighting. And honestly, the last time he won a fight was 2011 against BJ in the UFC. He had no contest against Anderson, but he's only fought 4 times in all those years in UFC. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he fought anywhere else, but he's only had 4 UFC fights since then. So maybe that's why his body might be a little bit, he's 40, but did he fight in another promotion, Matt, or did he stay and just, was he dormant?
But the thing is with Nick Diaz, he wasn't in shape that last fight. He didn't look like himself at all. There's been reports that he's looking in shape. So I want to see an in shape Nick Diaz and he still wasn't doing horrible. I mean, Robbie.
No, not at all. Yeah.
It's crazy how he stayed so relevant and not fought in 13 years. It's really not won a fight since 2011. 13 years. You're right. There's something about those guys. It's like Mike Tyson. Like Mike Tyson has not been champion since I want to say 90.
was it 93 or 94 that Buster beat him? I might be off by a year, but there's something about certain guys. People just love you forever and will always. There's like a weird aura that you have, and that just doesn't seem to go away.
And his
For sure,
brother's
yeah.
been, his
1990.
brother's been-
Wow.
His brother's been busy, and when
That,
Nate's
that does help. Yeah, the Diaz name is still active.
Diaz's name is out there. Yeah.
Yeah, Buster Douglas beat him in 1990. Isn't that crazy? That's like 34 years ago, and we're still like excited to see Tyson fight. It's fucking crazy.
Dude, honestly, yeah, I'd tune in. I'd pay for it for sure.
I know Netflix is streaming it, but I will watch the Jake Paul fight. Just again, you just want to see Mike not get hurt, but there's something about him. You're like, well, let's just see if there's that, can he knock somebody out at his age?
But is that even happening or no?
No, I think they switched it up.
November.
Isn't
November,
Jake
yeah.
fighting, Mike Perry now?
I heard he's fighting Mike Perry.
Who?
Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw like
Yeah.
for some reason. I think he was like Mike got sick or something, so he wasn't able to train, so they were going to postpone it. But I think Jake's fighting Mike now.
Oh, maybe Jake is fighting him now, but Tyson and Jake are November 15th, I think. Still, I think it's still in Dallas. There were reports about fighting Mike Perry in July. We don't know if it's been confirmed or not. I hadn't heard the Mike Perry thing till you just said it, but I love Mike Perry. So, I mean, if he can get a big payday, I'd be very happy for him. But they won't be fighting in Texas Stadium.
Oh, shit. Hey, Brady, when you're not skiing or fighting, what other hobbies you have? What do you like to do?
I like chilling at home with my girl. I just got a French bulldog.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we be chilling all the time. I'm traveling all the time and training. That's pretty much the main thing. Like even though I live up in Spokane, I come down to Vegas all the time. I'm training with guys like Marab. He's a freak of nature. Going over to Seattle, cornering my boy. He's fighting for the BFL title up in Canada. So I stay pretty busy. But honestly, my life revolves around this sport. So it's like I'm just here for the game.
Nice. Do you like teaching as well, or are you just more of a student and fighter?
For sure. My first job, because I started when I was 13, my first job was coaching. So I was coaching when I was 15, and I would just, coach jiu-jitsu classes. And but now I kind of take a step back. I do a couple privates on the side. So it's just pretty much training and fighting.
You're living it. Excellent.
Yeah. Is this your first dog? My wife has been really bugging me. I've never owned a dog. We're definitely not going to have kids. So we're like, all right, maybe I'll get the dog. Is this your first one, or have you had many of them?
When I was a kid, living with my parents, we had dogs, but this is my first, this is my dog. It's my dog. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Any advice?
Dude, they suck for the first year, honestly. Dude, they're chewing up everything. Dude, I've lost so much furniture and shoes to this dog. I love him to death, but I'm like, dude, this sucks. But I think once you get up neutered and they turn 2, I think I've been told they settle down. He's 11 months and he's starting to chill out a little bit. So I guess just.
And this is your first fight in 14 months. How are you feeling? Is everything healed up? And what are you expecting on Saturday night from Garrett?
Yeah, dude, I feel good. I had a little run in the last year with some injuries and stuff. It sucks because like I said, I fought the whole tough with no ACL, and I was just felt like I was just no matter what, I'm making it to the fight. And so having to pull out these last 2, I got a really bad staph infection where I ended up in the hospital, and then my knee locked up and I had to get another knee surgery. But I'm excited to get out there because as soon as I got healed, I was back to training. So I've had a 6-month training camp for this fight, and I'm getting older. I'm not 22 anymore. I'm 25, and I feel like I'm finally, coming into my own, and I feel like I'm going to put on a performance, and it's going to be the best version of myself. So I'm ready to do it.
Oh, it's awesome, man. Well, look, having a great fight on Saturday, and it was great having you on. We appreciate you coming, and I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're healed and ready to go.
Thank you, guys. It was an honor to be on your guys' show.
Yes, and you are the
Taira on Tough. That was one of my I watched 3 before I was on the show, and so watching your season was great. The comeback.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
We that was an experience in that house, wasn't it?
Yeah, you became a leader on that show. That was really cool to see. I because we're all fighters and we all compete, but it was cool seeing you take that captain role. It was pretty badass. It was inspiring for sure.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. We did our best to get through that thing, like I'm sure you did too. And it's quite the experience, man. I'm sure that you run into some of those guys you were in the house with. you got some kind of bond there. You definitely were rooming for like 6 weeks, and
for sure. Yeah. We have like a group chat. We still message, and actually, I think Mitch Raposo, he was one of the guys. He messaged the group like 2 days ago. So we all stay in contact. It's really cool.
That is cool, man. Yeah, there's nothing like having nothing else to do but just train for murder, and you can't. There's no social media, and you get to really get some bonding there. But that's awesome, man. And congrats. We love watching you fight, and we're looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah, the main fight of the it's the main fight of the prelims right before the main card. So that's always a fight that the UFC expects to be even more exciting.
Already out the main card, actually. I think they.
Oh, then they might have changed it because we have it listed on the prelims. Did they put you on the main card?
Dude, there's been so much confusion with it because they made a post, like Big Marcel made a post that said I was starting off the main card. And then I got moved to like the middle of the prelims. And then the UFC just posted starting off the main card, like a video of me TKO my last guy. And so now I'm here and I guess heading the prelims, but I don't know.
Our sheet, but again, you may have more updated information. Our sheet has you as the last, whether you're the last fight of the prelims, that's always a good sign because it really means they want to get people to the main card. And that means that they have a lot of faith in that fight. Or if you're the first fight of the main card, that's also great because they expect an exciting fight. Nobody wants a shit fight to start off the main card. So either way, they're showing that they have faith in you.
For sure. Let's go. I'm happy with it. I'm ready to go out there and put on performance either way. Put me at the first fight, put me at the last fight. It's still a fight. Let's go.
Yep, your fight's been moving all over. Jake, our producer, does not know. But wherever you are, man, we're going to watch you fight. We'll talk to you again.
Yeah. Guys. It was good talking to you. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Brady. Take care.
Tell Mike yes we said hello.
Yeah, we love Mike.
For sure.
All right, man. All right, Brady. Take care of business.
See you, buddy.
Let's go. Let's go. See you guys.
I like him.
Yeah. Seems like a very
I
stable.
I don't like the Acolyte.
That show?
Ugh.
Can't wait to see it, and I hope I love it.
Leslie Hanlon, man, what a lemon she is.
Well, that's what I'm looking for in Star Wars.
They start breaking out into like
diversity, equity, and inclusion.
The Star Wars.
That, by the way,
what?
The Sharks and the Jets, West Side Story.
Yes, Jimmy.
What a pile of shit that movie is.
You're a jet all the way to your first cigarette, to your last dying day.
That stinks.
When you're a jet to the end. My man, you're a boy. My boy, you're a friend. Now, something like that. I don't know the words exactly, but it used to get me all jazzy. I used to go down the hallway in school like.
Come on, no, you didn't.
I really didn't. I didn't do that. And if I did, I probably would have been expelled because I look like a madman.
Yeah.
Jimmy, 800 episodes.
I know.
100 fucking. Can we do something for our 800th episode?
Yeah, like both stay home that day.
Did they do like I'm just ignoring. Did they just do a happy 800th episodes? That's like a dude.
I know.
We're at 1,000.
Yeah, if they keep us.
Doing some math on the show. I'm a regular Matt Arroyo on here.
When did we? You're right. When did we start? Was it 2016?
Dude, I don't know, man. It's a lot of damn episodes.
It really
keeps
is.
On getting funnier. I don't know. That was from Beetlejuice. Listen to me, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Fights. We could talk some bullshit. What are you watching on TV? Anything?
Honestly, I have. I am watching one. And it's called Your Honor. It's called Your Honor with Bryan Cranston, where it's just about a kid that hits somebody and he runs away. And by the way, the fact that I just got a message from Jake saying very good show, Your Honor, very good show. Jake, you make me want to throw my laptop off the terrace. That show blows. It's terrible. Fucking Your Honor. It's so cheesy.
And I'm watching it.
I am. I'm in season 1, but it sucks.
Why is it
Bryan Cranston's very good because it's just corny writing. Like the names are corny and the situations are unrealistic and the bad guys are bored. Like the crime family, their last name is Baxter. It just stinks. I can't believe Jake just said that.
He likes it?
Makes me furious.
But he said he liked it.
I know, but I don't care for that.
I thought but you're not watching it then.
I am.
You're watching it just to shit on it?
No,
it's like me and the Acolyte.
No, I had been already into it. So I'm like, the first episode was okay, but then there was a moment where the judge is talking to the criminals and talking to a kid going, when's the last time? What did you have to eat yesterday? I was like, shut up. Dude,
all I know is, when you got a Jedi Knight and a Padawan, that's a knight and a squire, basically. Oh. So how often do you see a squire go to the knight? Hey, numbnuts. No, don't do this. Do that. No, you're not going to do this. Hey, why don't you put a shirt on? What? I would take that squire.
Yeah.
And know what I would do with my lightsaber with that squire?
Put it in his hiney?
Yeah, it was a girl. But the point is this.
Chop her feet off?
I'm not a big fan of that little chick. That little alien, mouthy little shit.
But that's because you're a boomer. You don't like the new direction. You're a boomer.
Jimmy.
I'm so glad you hate it.
I do hate it. Really happy. And the show is a bummer. I'll tell you. I might be a boomer, but boo.
It's a bummer.
It is a bummer. It sucks. It's just it is saying, look, we don't like any strong male leads.
Yeah.
Be very strongly female, a little gay, nothing wrong with that. I always throw in the nothing wrong with that, like from Seinfeld. But it's a pile of shit. A steaming pile of space shit.
We have our Alex Perez is coming on. He's fighting Taira. He's fighting.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, but what were you saying?
I was like, it's like Chewbacca took a big hairy shit
during the Christmas special.
All right, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Taira is his opponent. 15-0, undefeated. He's number 13 in the division.
Now, how did Alex Perez get this fight? Because he came off a 2. He won his last.
He's coming off 3 losses. I'm sorry, 3 out of 4. I think he lost.
He won his last one.
Yes, he did over Nicolau. But this is what I'm guessing because he's still number 5. He's fighting the number 13 guy. Ooh. So how do you get the number 5 guy to fight the 13 guy? Well, he is undefeated, so there's a lot of very positive energy around this kid and a lot of buzz around him. And maybe you say, look, we'll give you the main event. That makes sense to me, at least.
Hey, man, I'm not splitting hairs with you.
No. I mean, I wondered the same thing.
Why don't we ask Alex Perez what he thinks?
Well, I'll ask him when he comes in.
Ready? Is
he here?
Yes.
I did not see that.
Not yet. Going.
He's not here.
Welcome. Bring in. Oh, he's not. You just said he's in the waiting room. Did he?
No, I didn't. No.
What the fuck am I reading down here?
I didn't say that.
Alex Perez went through 10 opponents changes in the last 3.5 years.
Wow. Okay. So he's been game. He's been like a company guy. He just, he deals with it.
Listen, man. You know who listen. Whoever they put in front of him. You understand? Whoever. You know what I'm saying? You don't pick your opponents, Jimmy.
I heard a guy getting yelled at today in the locker room for, I guess, sparring too hard.
Who's yelling at him?
I just wanted his sparring partner. I didn't see them because I was taking a leak. And I hear the one guy's just going, he goes, you're fucking hitting too hard. He goes, that's why nobody wants to spar with you. I got a black eye every time it's something. Nobody wants to fucking spar with you. He's like, you can't control yourself. They were Muay Thai sparring.
Okay. And?
They're just yelling at him. I wasn't sure who it was. I think I saw someone. I think I saw him. He didn't say anything. Maybe he knew it was true. I don't know.
It's not a good look. You got to take Jimmy. You know how many days I sparred striking since I got done fighting?
I'm gonna guess 70. No,
big goose egg. None. I'll do some mitts. Stay a little loose with the hips and the shoulders in case I got to do a little roll and come back with a right. But I take limbs.
Yeah,
it's good enough. I stay dangerous.
Let me ask you.
You want me to take any more fucking brain cells out of this brain?
No. Now,
what were you gonna say?
when guys spar too hard, like not just, but like where somebody's going, what the fuck you doing? I guess that happens, right? Once in a while, you get a guy who's just,
Yeah, when I used to spar just to get ready for fights. So there wasn't really any of that because we used to spar hard, and we had 16-ounce gloves on, and you're getting ready to fight in the cage. You got to kind of,
yeah.
simulate that as much as possible. But, my point is you can't go in there and with the, I don't know if they're sparring with little gloves, big gloves, but especially with the little gloves, you can't go in there wailing on each other. And with the big gloves, I don't know, man. It's a necessary evil. You need to do it, getting ready for a fight. But I'm not doing that shit just for pleasure. I'm a short guy too. I used to have to fight my way in, and it's not like I can keep a guy at length and dance around. I can't dance with my legs. But I'll do a drop Sayanagi into a fucking modified clock choke right now.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I'll work from open guard, and I'll do a nice back take from there, and I'll expose that back. I'll get one hook in, and shortly after that, the next one's coming in. Jimmy, I like to have a good time. I'm thinking, I'm teaching again tonight. I do the over 40s class at 7:30.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy, you can get there.
I know. Tonight I can't. I got a 7:00 show. I'll be on stage.
Black Pussycat.
Yeah. I'll be taking laughter limbs.
Ooh, that thanks goodness Alex Perez in the waiting room, because it's actually literally left a bad taste.
Yeah, I understand. It's like your stomach hurts, right?
I just ate a shit sandwich with that joke.
Yeah, I know.
Alex, what's up, man?
What up, man? How you doing?
Good to see you again. It's been a while since you were on here, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Been a minute,
Dude. And congrats for righting the ship, man. We had a couple of tough fights, and then you're only as good as your last fight. That means you're fucking great.
Yeah, that's how everybody seems to say,
And you're main eventing now with this kid. I mean, this is great. I'm not going to stop talking. Let's let you talk. Where you been and how you been?
I'm good. I'm out there. Team Oyama out there with Colin Oyama training out there. Been out there for the last 9 years. And I kind of split my time between there and Vegas, mostly for the PT and then the PI, But
the PI is an amazing. It's hard to stay away from that. No matter what team you are, that's got everything you need, man. From food to massages to a fucking whirlpool, they got everything. I don't like it.
Man, it's definitely a good opportunity, blessed to be able to have that. I mean, if you guys would have had that back in the day, I feel like a lot of you guys would have been fighting for a long time,
Dude, I would have left Longo ages ago. I would have been like, Longo, man, come visit me in Vegas, you fuck. Nah, I couldn't have done that.
I guess it helps for recovery, right? I mean, there's so many great opportunities there to get healthy. It maybe does extend the fight life of fighters by a few years, because guys are fighting into their 40s now. It's much more common than it was a few years ago.
Yeah, I like the PT team here with Heather, in charge of it, with Bobby, Ryan, Olivia. I mean, they're all really good, all different, but they're all they just want to see you get better. You know what I mean? They literally, step by step, they put you through everything you need, whether it's a long recovery or short recovery. I mean, when I'm here, I usually try to come. If I'm not in camp, probably every other month, I come out here for a week because I'm always training. So I'm always make sure if it's nothing major, I try to come once every other month in camp. I'll probably come out twice in camp, probably towards the middle of camp, and then at the end of camp, when all the hard work is done, kind of thing, just to get fixed up and ready to go. So I really enjoy having the PI and having that team here.
And we haven't talked to you. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
Go ahead, Jim. I was going to say, fighting Tetsuro, man, undefeated fighter. Every time somebody's undefeated, they're like the boogeyman until they get beat, And listen, in this game, sooner or later, that loss is coming. So why not you give it to him, right? Shit.
Yeah, man. He's tough. Like I said, I always tell people he's fought a lot of good guys outside the UFC. He's from Japan. Japanese fighters, they're some of the best guys in the world. Obviously, like a lot of people, some people don't really know him because they don't pay attention to that side, But
Yeah.
I do. I watch a lot of fighting, and I've had my eye on him for a while just because I knew he was coming to UFC. I knew how tough he is. Like I said, but I'm ready to steal that hype.
Is there something about fighting an undefeated guy you kind of like too? Like you want to be the first one? Do you think of that at all? Is there something about it? Because you know that, again, no matter somebody, even though he's number 13, 15-0, there is hype around a guy who's 15-0. You can't help it. So does that kind of factor into it for you at all?
No, not really. I tell people all the time, I'm not a matchmaker. I'm a fighter. So he tells me to fight. You know what I mean? I've never turned down a fight. You look at my resume, the guys I've lost to, Benavidez, one of the best in the division at the time, Davison champ, Pantoja. No one wanted to fight him. I stepped up and fight him. You know what I mean? Champ, Makayev. You know what I mean? Close fight with him. But I stepped up. No one wanted to fight him. I was like, screw it, let's go. You know what I mean? I'm here to fight the best guys in the world. I'm kind of the old school mentality. I started this in 2010. Some of these young guys that like starting nowadays, like, oh, I want to protect my record or I want to be undefeated. I was tested outside the UFC, so I feel like opportunities like this are just meant for me.
You probably first started fighting in your household, fighting for the bantam with 8 siblings. How'd that work out? How many bantams you have in your house with 8 siblings?
Oh man, it was basic house, man. 2 bathrooms, one in the master and then one out there for everybody. It was fun. I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. Some of the best scraps I've had are with my brothers, and some of like I always tell people like what media say about me, good or bad. What the trolls on the internet say about me, doesn't compare to the shit talking that me and my family do. I'm the only one that didn't place at the state tournament. My 2 brothers placed in California State. I was 1 away from placing. My little sister placed. So yeah, it gets real.
The whole family? Does most of your family train?
So we all wrestled. So that was a way to get to college. My mom really wanted us obviously to get to college. So my mom's like, we played soccer growing up, and then my brother got into wrestling. My older brother, Julian Perez, he works for Long Beach PD now. He wrestled. He wrestled. He was the first one to start wrestling. My mom really liked the sport. Obviously, having 3 of us in it, it was awesome. Like we got to wrestle together. We got to travel together. We got to travel, and we weren't from a program where we were really good. Big names that come out of there: Lorenzo Neal, Hall of Famer in football. You got Chris Pendleton, Hall of Famer in NCAA. Isaiah Martinez, another NCAA champ, runner-up. So we got studs. So we were traveling all over the country together, and then not many people can say that. I was competing right next to my brothers. Win or lose, they're always there supporting. So it was definitely fun. Definitely good. I enjoyed competing with them. It was awesome.
When you you won your last fight, when you lose 3 straight, obviously you're confident, but does it do anything? And what do you do to straighten that out? Like mentally, to get ready for that fight that you finally did win, what in your mind do you have to do to shake any lack of confidence?
For me, confidence always comes from training, whether I've had from whatever fight it was, even coming off losses, like, you know what I mean? Coming off the Davison and Pantoja loss, obviously big losses in my career, but I was confident in my training. I feel like a lot of guys now don't take self-accountability. My coaches, Giva Santana, when I fought Davison, we literally worked on guillotine defense 8-9 weeks, whatever it was. We worked on it over and over again. He got me prepared the best he could. I messed up. I split second too early. You know what I mean? City and Pantoja, we worked on a certain game plan, and the Mexican came out of me, and I was like, hey, screw it, we're going to stand and bang, and it didn't pay off. For me, it was just going back to the gym and getting back to going. I feel like a lot of people now don't take accountability for that. It's always pointing fingers at other people, and a lot of people change up their teams. I've stayed with my team, win or loss. I never blame anybody else for anything. So for me, it's just getting back to work. We're the best in the world. There's only so many spots up there, and split seconds matter. And even if I have a good camp, I can win or lose. If I have a bad camp, I can win or lose. That's kind of how I look at it. And my confidence doesn't really ever get shaken up because at practice I'm training with some of the best guys in the world: Chito Vera, Ricky Simone, Cody Garbrandt, Lance Palmer, Gianni Vasquez. All these guys.
Yeah.
All these guys are whipping my ass on a daily, so my confidence really doesn't go up or down. It kind of just stays. Obviously, I'm super confident, or else I wouldn't be doing this. But it doesn't really. I don't feel like it really affects me that much.
So Alex, you married, single? What are you?
No, so I'm single. I have a son. Me and his mom, I split. But she's awesome. She does so much for me, even to this day. Meal preps for me. I mean, she understands like this is my job, and it's how I support myself, and help support my son. So, like, I'm grateful that she's in my life because, like I said, I've heard nightmare stories about people and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
she's awesome. I'm blessed to have her in my life. We do very well co-parenting, and we're really good friends. And I got lucky for sure.
What was you were going to touch on it before? What was the split second mistake you made against Figueiredo, just from a technical point?
So a split second mistake was when he turned. Like, I was more surprised I was able to take him down kind of easy, because you look at videos like, man, this guy has great takedown defense, and I took him down, and I was like, kind of split second was like, oh, usually when I take someone down, I usually transition right away to like a certain ride, like a wrist ride or put legs in, or break them down. And I kind of stopped. He reached over for the guillotine, and we practiced on jumping over the opposite side. And when he got my neck, I jumped just a little too early, and while he was turning to face me into his guard, I jumped right into his guard instead of jumping over the leg. And that's what cost me that fight. You know what I mean? Obviously, it was a great guillotine. I'm like, oh, I'm not a person that's like, oh, he caught me. Like, hey, he threw it up there. He got it. You know what I mean? I was just split second mistake, and I paid for it, learned from it, and then like I said, moved on.
Right.
Game of inches, man. Game of inches. You know that. That's I'll tell you that's where fight IQ comes in. Sometimes you learn from that shit. It took me a while before I started taking away, getting smacked in the head with a back fist. I used to run into Jody would just leave it out there. I'd go to grab it and he'd hit me. I look at that shit now. I go, how do I not see that coming?
Oh man.
Shoot.
Well, look, this is an exciting main event. Again, Taira being undefeated. It is. I love to see a guy, and again, he has fought some good people. It's not like he's just some lucky guy. He's not lucky. He's a very good fighter. But I love to see a guy like yourself, a real veteran in the sport, fight a guy who's on his way up. I love to see how that younger guy handles a guy like you who has seen everything. Like, there's nothing he's going to do that you haven't seen in the UFC from good fighters. So I always I like to see a veteran stop these streaks. If anyone's going to stop it, I would rather see it be a guy who's got you know what I mean, a nice history in the UFC. I love seeing that.
That's right, man. That's right. Listen, undefeated. Everybody was undefeated at one point.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to you. I'm looking forward to you to ruin the show.
Yeah, have a great fight, Alex.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys having me, man. It was good talking to you guys.
Yeah, don't wait 3 years to come back this time. Last time we had you, I think 2020.
Yeah, man. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. Like I said, I appreciate you guys having me on and stuff. You guys are awesome.
All right, we'll talk to you again, man. Have a great fight on Saturday.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, right, thank you, Alex.
All best.
See ya.
Yeah, that really is an exciting fight, Matt. And let me promote when this is going to be happening too. This, Perez versus Taira. Of course, it is this Saturday in Vegas. Prelims. The only time that matters, as you know, Matt, is East Coast time. So 7 p.m. East Coast on ESPN2, ESPN Plus. Now the main card is 10 o'clock Eastern time, and that is ESPN2, ESPN Plus as well. Some very, very exciting fights. But I like seeing a veteran against an undefeated young guy. I love to see how that works out.
One of my fighters, Lauren Brasha, she, what was it, Brasha? Let's call the whole thing off. Anyway, she won this weekend, unanimous decision.
Oh, nice.
Maverick MMA, and she won her fight. And congrats to her, and thanks to Tommy DeGennaro and Edwin Smart, my brother-in-law. They cornered her in Philly. She won. We're proud of her. Good job, Lauren.
Now, Matt, if I was to come by to your place, which I want to do very soon, I would love to, would I be rolling with Edwin?
Well, considering one of his legs is bigger than you, no.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that with you. You're rolling.
Yeah, but I'm small and I move quickly.
You roll with me. Listen, maybe you get his back. You know? And then I want you to go look up Marcelo Garcia versus Rico Rodriguez. Marcelo won, but Rico was 300 pounds. Marcelo had his back, and he jumped backwards and landed with him. And then Marcelo survived it and ended up getting him. But yeah, there was like a splat.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You'd be nothing but a stain, bro.
Probably not, no. But I think my quick movements would probably get me into a better position.
Quick movements.
That's right.
Jimmy, I had a good time.
Me too, buddy.
Fights this weekend. I'm going to watch that third episode of The Acolyte and shit all over it. You ever have a show that you like to watch just to shit on it?
Honestly, yeah, the one that Jake is raving about like it's The Sopranos, this damn Your Honor show.
Yeah.
Jake, we can never speak again. I mean, I can't believe it. A friendship is...
Jimmy, 3 more episodes. We're at 800.
I know. Crazy.
800.
Crazy. 800.
Man, you know what people are asking to bring back is my singing. I'm going to be honest. I didn't hear anything about anybody asking to bring it back, but
I have an idea.
I'm feeling that they might be. Dude, I got a hard body.
Dude, you should save it, and that's how we should celebrate number 1,000.
All right.
Yeah. Matt just took his shirt off, so I guess that'd be the end of the episode.
Dude, Terry Crews does this. Hey.
Yeah, Matt's making his breasts dance.
Hey, are you happy?
I want to do that. All I got to do is walk up the steps. All right.
All right, Jimmy. All right. Jimmy, we got this out. Jimmy, we have so much fun.
Yes, one of us does.
I didn't know I could do that, but I've been doing a lot.
Sure, as you should be, yeah.
A lot of push-ups.
Yeah.
All right, hey, listen, Fat Black Pussycat.
7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. And, you can find me on UFC Unfiltered.
Yep. Thank you, guys. And don't forget to watch the fights on Saturday night.
Brady and Alex, thank you so much. We had so much fun.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Goodbye, Jimmy.
See you now.
Beep, beep.
Matt's doing his breasts again.
Don't leave.